Hey y'all, this is my review for The Real Housewives of Miami, Season 7, Episode 10. Now, I thought to be very ambitious today because I have to make this really quick because I have to go to work in about 30 minutes. So I'm going to do this. I hope y'all caught Polly's side eye. It was a great episode with me and Jared. We were talking about, live episode, live show. I had to eat my dinner too while I'm here and I'm drinking a Coke. Anyway. We did a video on Amanda Seals, that big debate where she was debating 20 Black conservatives. We gave a really good conversation. I'm so excited that we had so many people in the room. And yeah, y'all should definitely check it out. It's really some good conversation that's enlightening and more productive than I think Amanda's video. Anywho, let's get into this episode. I know that they did 2 episodes at once, but I just wanted to get one of these out the way because I really hate double episode recaps because I don't want it to be too long, So I have 20 minutes. I'm sure I could do it in this matter of time. But yeah, so we open the episode with the montage of the cast getting ready for Seville. Half the ladies... Ugh. See, this is what I get for drinking a goddamn Dr. Pepper, my favorite beverage, by the way, before I come on here, because now I'm going to be belching. Oh, my God. Anyway, half the ladies are arriving at the airport, and, as we know, the other half are flying on Stephanie's PJ. The ladies flying commercial notice that Lisa is late again and actually does not make the flight that they're on. So then meanwhile, we're with the ladies on the private jet. And of course, it's fabulous. And I'm sure it's very intentional that their company name is everywhere. Stephanie arrives dressed to the nines with a big ass 70K Birkin bag, a big one. Greets the ladies who are all on time and they just kiki before takeoff. So then Adriana, she thanks Stephanie for choosing her, and Julia jokes that it was mostly because of Kiki, giving her spot or just making it easy for her. Now, if I was Julia, I wouldn't have said anything because I know Adriana is still feeling some type of way about her bestie that didn't even consider her, So they touch on it a bit. And you can see there's a little friction between Adriana and Julia, but they don't argue. But then we cut to production asking Julia, would she have not taken the jet if Adriana wasn't able to? Because you remember how Cuban freaking frack, they were just like, if one go, I ain't going. Well, she says no, and then chuckles afterward. So much for friendship. So much for friendship. Oh, hey, Rich the Fish. The level of your video with Jared is something Amanda can only aspire to attain. I appreciate that. I really do. I was really proud of that episode, which is why I want so many people to watch it. I mean, I know it's not Housewives. I know it's not pop culture, but I really feel like you can learn something from that video. So please tune into it after this video, of course. Also, someone pointed out to me on the private jet, like when they put on the pajamas, like she gave Larsa, Adriana, and Julia like black pajamas, while she gave herself one that stands out, like the white pajamas. Like that was very I don't know, I'm the queen bee, and it just seemed so intentional. I'm glad somebody caught that. It was just interesting. So then looking at the plane, it looked like all the women could have fit on it, but I don't know. There must have been some technical issue why all the ladies couldn't be there. They then talk about how Lisa probably missed the flight. I mean, they weren't wrong. And Lord, here we go with Larsa talking about Lisa, and I don't care. We get it. You don't like her anymore. Like, it's getting into like a mean girl territory. Leave the girl alone. Leave the girl alone. Just don't fuck with her. Don't fuck with her. So Stephanie is asked about, her talk with Alexia at Maricel's party, and she says she doesn't like how she belittles her as well as other women. Julia rushes to Alexia's defense, to which Adriana reminds her, girl, don't you remember how she belittled me? And Julia's asked her, like, why you're in the past? Like, you guys are good now. I don't know what Julia was talking about, because you can even see present day that Alexia and Marisol don't fuck with Adriana, even though they're cordial. And then we cut to Adriana's confessional, and she says that Julia has selective amnesia, to which I agree. And then production even has the receipts of Alexia's behavior amongst the cast, including when Alexia told Julia because she's Russian, she would make a great prostitute. And that was just last season. But now they're besties. Okay. So a little later, the private jet ladies, they make it comfortably to Seville in 7 hours, direct. Like, that's like basically New York to London, I think New York to Paris is 8 hours. New York to London is 7. But yeah, that's amazing compared to what it actually is on a commercial flight with a layover. So the city looks beautiful. They arrive at the hotel, and at check-in, Stephanie is surprised. Oh my God. My husband got upgraded my room. Do we believe that? Because initially Alexia got the presidential suite. She would be the only one because they framed it as a trip for Alexia. She's the queen of this trip. But it just so happened that Stephanie's husband upgraded her room for her birthday. And then when she gets to the room, it's decorated with balloons and Chanel gifts. Now, I like Stephanie, but she's laying it on just a little thick. Like, it's almost borderline obnoxious. Whereas, with Nicole, where she was a rich bitch and you knew it, I feel like she was just living her life, and people just point out, oh, girl, I love your Birkin. Instead of Stephanie saying oh, well, I'm here with my big Birkin. There's other little Birkins inside. Oh, let's go to my private jet. It's almost just getting obnoxious, in a new money way. Whereas with Nicole, it's just business as usual. Thank you. It seems like money is her entire personality. She's trying too hard, where she doesn't have to. She's already an alpha personality. Now, let's see. This show is struggling because the fans are hating to hate the villains. We need a good villain like what Kenya and Renna used to give. Exactly. And people ran Renna off the show. And then Kenya, she got herself fired. I think there are safety restrictions for the amount of people per distance travel, which is why she had to limit the number going overseas. I wish she could have made that apparent instead of them trying to make it seem like she was trying to divide the ladies or dangle a carrot in front of them like Alexia said later in the episode. Let's see. So later we see the ladies who flew commercial arrive, and it took them 16 hours, which I'm pretty sure because I don't think there's any direct flights to Seville from Miami. Meanwhile, in the hotel lobby, the private jet ladies are, talking at the bar, and Stephanie is just talking about hashing things out with Alexia, and then she goes into why, the whole dog breed fight, while it was petty, why it upset her in the at the same time. So while they're talking, the other ladies arrive, and the first thing Julia messy ass do, she go up to Alexia, get ready. We were talking about you. That's my Julia accent. Don't cancel me. But I just thought that was just so super messy and just uncalled for. And Stephanie definitely peeps what Julia did. She made it very noticeable. And of course, Alexia has a hostile reaction to that. And also just getting off of a 14-hour travel, that's the last thing I want to hear as soon as I see a bitch. I'm sorry. So Julia, she knew what she was doing, and I didn't like that. Like, I want somebody to get into Julia's ass now, and I hope they got in her ass at the reunion because she really don't know how to go back and forth. She really don't. Um, but yeah, like the seed is now planted thanks to Julia. And I just thought it was just so desperate. And she just comes off as a weak wannabe reporting to her boss, like a minion, the minion that she is. Anywho, the ladies find out that Lisa missed her flight. No one's shocked, but her travel time, y'all, she had to get another flight from Miami to London and then land in Madrid and then go to Seville. Did I say that right? Sevilla? Sevilla. I'm going to keep mispronouncing that. But yeah, the ladies that just arrived go to check in, and Julia follows behind them like a dog. Excuse me. Stephanie is now furious, just so furious. And I would be too. And it's just super messy. Wait, isn't that how it's pronounced? Sevilla. Like Sevilla? Sevilla. Sevilla. I know I pronounced it right. That's how Alexia pronounced it. She said it's not Seville. And look, I just want to be correct. So then Julia, she goes back to join them at the bar, and Stephanie rightfully checks her. I was very glad. So Julia tries to downplay it, and I'm just like, girl, like you literally told her, get ready. Like, you know what the fuck you did. Like, the camera then is zooming in on Adriana as she watches Julia get checked. That was hilarious to me. But Julia doesn't even apologize. They just move on. So then fast forward to later in the evening. The ladies getting ready for dinner. We're with Cuban freaking Frag. And of course, Alexia is holding on to that little nugget that Julia dropped with her. And then meanwhile, with Stephanie and Larsa, they're getting ready, and Stephanie expresses her disappointment in Julia. Like, Stephanie says she is not the one or the motherfucking two. Now, I'm paraphrasing. She didn't say it like that, but that's how she meant it. See? Like, that's what I thought. It's Sevilla, right? Thank you. I'm not saying Seville. Seville. Anywho, so they head down to dinner that's accompanied by a flamenco singer. Side note, they keep saying this trip is for Alexia to get her mind off things, and Todd. But meanwhile, she's still with this man, clearly. Probably still having sex with this man too. And it's just all BS to me. Like, her whole entire plot line. It just seems like a scheme set up by Todd to come with us with the bullshit. Literally. Anyway, Marisol arranged to have this man sing to Alexia. It is awkward, dramatic, cringe, and strange. And it doesn't sound good or melodic. Hey, hey. Like, I'm sorry. Like, a few of the ladies were snickering while Alexia and Marisol are moved to tears. Like, it was going on for way too long for me. And y'all, I wouldn't have made it if I was at the table. I wouldn't have made it. I would have had to excuse myself from the table in order to be respectful. Like, I would have started, like, tears would have been down my eyes. I would have put my head down at the table. I would just like, I'll be back. I got to go to the restroom. Anyway, so they're having dinner now, and they're discussing how late Lisa is. And they talk about, how she went from Miami to London to Madrid to catching a fucking train to Seville. And this is by herself with her luggage. I don't know. I don't think I would have made it. I would have been exhausted by the time I got to my destination. Larsa doesn't waste a second talking shit about Lisa, and almost all the ladies chime in like about how annoyed they are. The camera pans on Gertie, and I think she kind of understood that. I'm like, damn, all of them are like ragging on her right now. Like, why should I even jump in? Like, it's getting a little bit too much. Like I get that she's um, late and it's a little disrespectful, but I feel like her punishment is her current flight itinerary. So then they move on, and the ladies on the PJ, they talk about their travel experience, and it leads to Marisol asking about the vibe when they arrived, and Julia's comment particularly. So Larsa says it was no tea, and that Stephanie was just expressing how she wanted to get along with Alexia. So then Alexia, she says she feels like Stephanie judged her from day one, and then the back and forth starts. Child, Alexia then, she tries to check her, saying, look, no matter what these girls, no matter what you say, these girls have been by my side, and you're not going to come into this group and try to change the dynamic. I.e., bitch, these are my friends, fall in line, ho, or you can exit. Now, she didn't say it like that, but that's how she meant it. Now, Stephanie, I'm glad she responded likewise. She was just like, basically, first of all, you're not going to tell me what dynamics I'm going to change or not. Second, I'm sorry you were offended, but the truth hurts. I.e., bitch, I'm going to put my dick on the table too. And I said what I motherfucking said. Now, she didn't say it like that, but that's how she meant it. Like, look, you ain't nobody, bitch. Like, I'm richer than you, I'm younger than you, prettier than you, and I'm still with my husband. So now what, bitch? And I'm here to stay. Anyway, look, I liked it. Like, it goes all the way left, and it's basically two alpha females going at it. Classic Housewives behavior. I was kind of here for it. Also, let's remember that Julia is the one that started this mess. Just wanted to say that. Stephanie says Alexia is insecure and needs a therapist. Alexia says Stephanie tries to buy people with her riches, and it goes on and on for a little bit. So then Stephanie, she tries to be the bigger person, tries to reach a resolution and be productive in this argument, and does admit that she shouldn't have mentioned Todd when she first met her because she was out of line. But she does say that Alexia calling her a kiss ass upset her. And Alexia, in turn, apologizes for that. So then they finally get to like a resolution where they can move on and the arguing stops. And then the ladies are applauding at the table. So then later that evening, Lisa finally arrives, and production lets us know that it took her 23 hours and 47 minutes. That is just wild. So wild. Thank you so much. I do what I can. But yeah, she goes to greet Alexia and Marisol, and again, this is what Lisa's issue is. She lacks self-awareness. And I will say, most narcissists, they do lack self-awareness. I mean, look at Amanda Seales. But she burst into the room like, I made it. Girl, no. Like, she pretends nothing is wrong, doesn't even explain why she missed her flight, no apology. Like, my main issue, the main issue for the group is she didn't even let them know that she missed the flight. And that would be like a common courtesy, Like, if we're all going on a trip, an international trip especially, and I don't hear from you at all, and we're on the plane, I'm like, wait, should we even go on the plane if we didn't hear from you? Like, did something happen? Like, that, I would be mad too. I would be very mad, especially if it's somebody I care for. Do not have me worried on a 7-hour flight. You text me when we get there or maybe mid-flight that, oh, y'all, I missed the flight. Like, I don't know. Like, what if they would have stayed behind just to wait? You know? So I get, even though I don't care for Cuban freaking frag, I get why them and most of the other ladies are upset at her. And it's also a pattern with her. So then Alexia and Marisol, they keep trying to press her for information and call her out for the pattern of lateness. And still she just brushes it off. And they warn her that the other women are upset. And she says she doesn't care. Fuck them. She says she's going through things. And I guess she's just going to throw out that divorce card like the big joker. Like that's what she does. That is her trump card. I'm going through a divorce. My husband hates me. I'm in what do you call that? We're in arbitration. But yeah, that is where the episode ends, y'all. I gotta say, and you know I don't give out 10s a lot for an episode for a rating, but I really enjoyed this episode, and I might have to give it a 10 out of 10. Like this hit every single like cylinder of what Housewives is all about. The luxury, the pettiness, the alpha female argument, like checking Julia too for going behind her back and saying, oh, we were talking about you, the messiness. So yeah, I don't know. Like that was a 10 out of 10 episode for me. That's why I wanted to separate both of them. Just so each episode can stay on its own. So I hope y'all have patience for me. But yeah, I thought this was a 10 out of 10 episode. And y'all know I don't give it out a lot. Now, wait. She did text Alexia and Marisol, but from what I gathered, she didn't text them until they were on the flight. Like, yeah, you text me, but what if they just decided to like stay behind and they were worried about her, like something happened, you know? So like from my knowledge, look, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Like, yeah, she texted them, but it was after the fact. Yes, I was so glad that she was checked. My God. Hello, Riri. Now see, in my Amanda episode, I needed a mod. I'm disappointed because I'm not blaming you. But I'm just saying, like you and Andrea, I was counting on y'all for that my last video today because somebody tried to get out of line in the comments. And you know, I'm a professional. I had to keep the show going. I didn't want to deter the conversation, but I could have used the mod for that video. Anywho, I think Miami is my favorite franchise. It always makes me laugh, and I always rewatch, even when the ladies are driving me insane. They capture the Florida crazy perfectly. I agree with that. Totally agree. But yeah, what's wrong with Lisa that she thinks being late is acceptable? I don't know. And she's gotten away with this so many times. Like she was late to her confessional. She was late to the reunion. Like to the point where Andy was like, sit down. We're going like, no, ain't no time for that. Sit down. And she's unapologetic about it, which is even worse. Because basically you're saying my time, she's basically saying y'all's time ain't as valuable as mine. Anyway, y'all know I gotta leave. I gotta go bartend. If you're in the New York area, I am bartending by myself tonight. So come say hey if you want. Can't say where I work. You just gotta find out for yourself. Let me see. I love the live you did with Jared. Very informative. Thank you so much. I was watching Poli Side-Eye before seeing this notification. My bad. No, like, please, like, y'all, please check out my Poli Side-Eye video with Jared talking about Amanda Seales' recent video with her debate against 20 Black conservatives. It was good. It was really good. But anyway, I will see y'all for episode 11 tomorrow. I'm going to get that out the way. But with that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all for